today, everybody's probably burned out from the big drumming we did yesterday, which was a lot of fun. And you can see it on YouTube. So this weekend, going to be out in Kansas at the Heartland. The Heartland Festival at Gaia. Heartland Spiritual Alliance, HSA. One of the coolest groups of people I've ever been connected with. Very, very nice professional group. Great music, 3-4 days of it. Dancing, fire dance, workshops, lots of vendors, lots of really sweet people. So I'll be out there Thursday night. And then Friday I'll do workshops, Saturday and Sunday, and Monday. Be full schedule. And I'll do privates as well as the groups. So if anybody wants to do a private drumming therapy session. Now the drumming therapy sessions have evolved tremendously since we came up with the idea 20 years ago. That's right, it's over 20 years ago. Now I'll give you all a real basic introduction. When people come in and want to do drumming as a therapy, they usually have some level of anxiety, stress, tension, or they're dealing with some sort of trauma, or an illness, or an injury. Basically, they're in some sort of shock. So what we do first of all is get the person to find that deep downbeat tone right in the middle of the drum head. And I tell them, you hit that note quickly, you come up off the head to get the head to vibrate and sing as much as possible. And then there's a high note out at the edge. You don't have to really worry too much about that one. The main thing is to get the deep downbeat tone, and ideally, although it's not required, using both hands, back and forth. Now what this does is it balances the front cortex, brain hemispheres. This is the newest part of the brain. This is the intellectual part. This is the part that's constantly evaluating, judging, deciding if our performance is up to par, deciding if the environment is dangerous, comparing our status with other people's, worrying about the mortgage, worrying about braces for the kids, worrying about paying for college, worrying about the dog's rabies shots, worrying about our mate's emotional stability. So, by going back and forth like this, you put all those considerations into a little basket, and it goes into neutral. You start to coast. Anxiety dissolves. Of course, it's important not to speed up. And that's where it goes back to the old rhythm and blues axioms of laying it back in the pocket. Creates a safe, inviting groove for the girls to dance. So this addresses us on a deep limbic level, down in the first and second chakras. The hips start to respond, and that energy moves up the spine, loosens up the neck and the shoulders. Every time you hit that downbeat, you can imagine letting go of the stress, letting go of the anxieties, and let that deep tone vibrate up through your body. These drums are carved by master carvers in Ghana, Africa. Generations after generations have been carving these gorgeous drums. No machining on these drums at all. They're all hand carved from a tree trunk. And the resonating frequency of the bowl in the drum is the same resonating frequencies that are in our torso, chest cavity. So we're giving ourselves a meditative, vibrating massage as we do this. Important to remember that you're not passive when you do this, which is different than any other type of psychotherapy. You are active. You're physically doing work. So your basic belief system says, I did the work, I deserve to get better. That's a very important element in any of our self-help programs, because when your belief system doesn't believe that you earned the right to feel better, you probably won't get there. But if you're breaking a sweat, you're doing some effort, if you're showing up, then your basic belief system is going to say, you know what? I deserve to heal. I'm going to heal. I am healing. I am healed. Amen. You know, all that kind of positive energy. Now you will see that I'm not speeding up. That's the biggest challenge for the intellectual, modern, technological human being. Because speeding up is endemic to this anxious culture that we're all living in. So, by staying steady, we access an ancient, eternal form of consciousness that is also the consciousness that will lead us into the future because it is steady, it's coherent, it's healthy. Now, as we do this, our T cell count in the blood goes way up. T cells, that's what's fighting the cancer. Now, if we were to speed up and play fast and crazy, that wouldn't be the case. We would create more anxiety. So the secret here, the secret ingredient, is to be laid back. No hurry. Don't let the critical mind force you into speeding up. It's well-intentioned. It thinks it's doing the right thing by speeding up. But it's also very spoiled, very entitled. It's a lazy part of our being. It gets bored with doing the same thing because the media tricks us into needing drama and stimulation. So if we can let go of all those addictions and settle into a steady groove, suddenly things start to seem a little different. They seem to be better. Cancer survivors, autism, ADHD, bipolar, Tourette's, the list goes on and on and on. Anything stress-related, hypertension. Because when you settle into a groove like this, you're basically hijacking your intelligence. You're blindsiding your intelligence and sliding it into neutral before it realizes that you've tricked it. Because what we know now is that you can control your consciousness, you can control your intelligence, you can control your metabolism using rhythm. Now, specifically, you can control this very critical, busy, new mind, the most recent mind of the human being that has evolved over the last 100,000 years. Now, let's take a look at some of the science fiction theories about the evolution of human beings in relation to rhythm, in relation to the history of the grooves. Hi. So Sunday afternoon at 3, we normally have a group of people in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do the drumming meditation workshops every Sunday at 3. But today's different because yesterday we drummed on the sidewalk all day for the street fair. So everybody's probably like recovering at home. We have a flyer for it up there. We also do it on Tuesday and Friday nights at 7. And these are really special drums. They're from Ghana? Yeah, they come from Ghana. And we've worked with the major these master carvers in Ghana for 25 years.
Yeah, but you have to know how to play it.
No, you don't. Can you take your ring off?
Yeah.
Don't lose it. Now, if you want, you can use a stand. See, the drum tilts. See how this drum tilts? It's important to tilt the drum. You can use your knees. That's a traditional way.
This way?
There you go. That's good. But rotate the whole thing around. Stand all. You're good. This out.
Okay, good.
See, the deep tone can come out the bottom. See, that's the secret. You gonna hit that big one? Now, right in the middle of the drum head. Just use your whole hand. Right in the middle. Further in. Further in. There you go. Come up quick. Pull it out. There you go. Now get your other hand off the head. There you go. Much tone. All right, a lot of tone. Okay, now that, in this cultural mix, we're calling that the downbeat. It's a New Orleans rhythm and blues thing. Yeah, come on in. Take a break. You don't have to hit anything. You can dance. We'll get her to dance, right? Okay? And you're lucky you got two hands. So get your other hand up there, back and forth, on that downbeat note. Get it in there. Do that tone with your other hand. In with your other hand. Back and forth. There you go. Back and forth. Now you're cooking. That's all there's needed. Come on in. Check it out. We do this every Sunday. We do it also Tuesday, Friday nights. And today's pretty quiet because we drummed all day yesterday on the street. So I'm giving an impromptu lesson here. The guy said, what did you just say? He said, well, you got to know how to do this, right? No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, you can hit the drum, but you got to watch your ring and take your ring off. Because these are goat skins. These drums are special. They're from Ghana, Africa. We work with the master carvers in Ghana. What's that? Goat, yeah. Goat skin. See, now what you just did was prove that you're innately a drummer. Because you hit the drum and you talked at the same time. You didn't get lost very much.
My rhythm.
Yeah, you got a natural groove. Natural groove. Come on in. Or you record. You want to shoot it and record it? Fine. Not a problem. You want to hit a drum? Put a drum in front of you. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. It's really cool. Come on over, La.
Innocent volunteers.
It's really cool.
We've been doing this for 25 years. You know, get it inside. Just like any time. Okay, here we go. Good? So yeah, today's just a real laid back day because normally we have 5, 6 people, maybe more in here on Sunday afternoon. We've been doing this for 25 years here. We've had the store 29 years, and I started it as a stress reducing. I mean, I'm a drummer, and I grew up, and I had long hair, and I was a rock star for years, and all that. I played with a lot of cool people. But this is healing. This is stress reducing. Now, middle of the drum head, just like we were showing with him, full hand. Yeah, right. That's good. Yeah, well, yeah, good idea. Good, there you go. See, now you're into it. Now you got confidence. It's that quick. What did it take? 30 seconds to realize that you're capable.
Yeah, my stress is gone down.
That's right. That's why I do this. That's why when I left the film business, I was a suit, right? I was vice president at Lorimar back in the 80s. Yeah, Dallas, Falcon Crest, Notch Landing, Hunter. Those are all my shows.
Well, you know my meditation teacher, Diana?
Oh, sure. Oh, today, happy birthday to you. What's your name? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dawn. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, get your other hand up there. So, what we've discovered is that this balances the brain hemispheres. And that puts you into this relaxed state of mind. Of course, the temptation is to speed up because the culture is speeding up, the sirens, all that stuff. So here, we're just staying nice and relaxed and laid back. And that signals our system that everything's okay. We're in a safe environment. And it's relaxed. So what happens then is the blood chemistry changes. The adrenaline stops pumping for a little while, and the good stuff, the endorphins become active. You start to feel kind of like nice and like, yeah, this is kind of cool. I don't mind this. This is doable, you know. So then we get good response. People say, you know what, now I can sleep. And I'm not barking at my mate, you know, and the kids, I'm not kicking the dog, you know, and all these different things, you know. I'm like nicer. I'm a nicer person. Good. See, now we're not speeding up and playing aggressively, so the little ones don't feel threatened. Yeah, good. Well, she's also smelling the African goat. Yum! But what we've seen is this steady pulse, this deep vibration, is really healing. The whole body, the mind, on a very basic level, really responds to this.
Like a heartbeat.
Yeah. And it connects us to these real natural instincts about, you know, feeling good, healthy, relaxed, having fun. Plus, it's danceable. And what good is the answer to the universe if you can't dance to it? You know? And the real reason to play the drums, there's only one good reason to play the drums. And that's to get the women to dance. That's the oldest job in the world, next to the oldest job in the world. So we've done this in here for 25 years. Can you believe that? 3 times a week. When I'm not touring, you know, and like this weekend, Memorial Day, I'll go out to Kansas, and they have me in a big festival in Lawrence, Kansas. They've had me out there for 5 or 6 years. And I teach this, you know, through the big PA system, and like 3,000 to 4,000 people. We get them grooved and everything. That's good, yeah. Feel confident. See, I'm holding the anchor. See, this is different than traditional African. If I was doing traditional African, I'd be showing off. I'd show you guys basic patterns, and then I'd be the, you know, the show off. But here, I'm the anchor drummer. This foundation for like rhythm and blues, jazz, and rock and roll.
Can you show off?
Oh yeah. You will use all that. You see his awareness? Is it a he? You see how she perked right up when I got really busy? See, those are animal instincts. You were dealing with those basic animal instincts. No, but she's checking it out just in case, you know. So we're animals, right, on this basic rhythm level. So we set up that basic pattern, our system's going to react just like an animal, you know. So I tell people, you know, it's like if you need to heal, like if you're dinged up somehow or another, thank your body. Like like for instance, your liver, a lot of people get it. Thank you to my liver. They go, huh? I said, yes, thank your liver. Because when you pet a dog on the head, what's it do? It says, thank you, you love me, I love you back, right? Right away. It's an animal response. So if you do that to the injured part of your body, it's going to act the same way. Say, thank you to my liver. The liver says, really? You're thanking me? Oh, okay, well, I love you, you know? And so there's a positive, the point is there's a positive energy. And we don't have words. There's no words for this stuff in our culture. But, you know, I grew up all over the world, and I was in the Caribbean when I was a teenager, and I was touring and rock and roll with a lot of people. And I saw this, like, spiritual energy drumming down in Haiti and Jamaica, and I said, you know, someday that's going to come up north. That's going to come up in North America. It seems like it's a necessity. It seems like it's part of the human experience. You know, you set up a groove, and you sort of connect to the universe, and like everything goes away. You don't worry about stuff for a while, you know. And now, you know, so I said, you know what? When I took my suit and tie off, I said, you know, I'm going to go back to the drums. Because the coolest job I ever had was getting women to dance. You know, yeah, everything else is great. The perks are great, you know, and all that. But so Kathy, my partner, she said, well, be of service. If you don't want to wear a suit and a tie and sit in an office and drive a big expensive car, just do whatever you want to do. But be of service, you know. And I went, you know what, you're right. So I'm going to go back and like teach. So I teach drumming. And everybody said, you're nuts. I said, no. This is for my health. I'm doing this for my health. My hypertension and all that stuff. And as you know what, and it saved my life. You know, they called me the assassin. You know, when I was in a suit and a tie, because I was cold. You know, the somebody needed to be fired, they'd come to me and say, have him do it. So now I'm a nice guy.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Big ending, big. Keep going. Okay, last one. Here it is. Oh, yay! So there's flyer up there. Take one anytime. Private sessions anytime, and then the workshops 3 times a week. You know, that's good. These stands were this was the solution. This creates the meditation because you don't have to stress your knees. So that was a big breakthrough. You can feel good, right? Yeah, good.
Thank you very much.
Take that with you then, yeah. Oh yeah, your rings, you got everything, your jewelry? That's happened. We've had diamonds sitting on them. Because you just, in that feeling you got right now, it's like pretty groovy, right? You just got to drift out the door. Good. You get some footage there? Did you get a picture of her?
I did. You know what? I'm just texting Karen.
Oh, your friend that lives around the corner?
Yeah. You want to sit, Laura?
Yeah, come on in. Have a
Come on
seat.
in. It's really cool.
I wanted to see how the dog would react to this.
Right.
We've had, we used to have a Great Dane in here.
Oh, really?
200 pounds of love. And she'd sit on the floor. She'd lay on the floor. She'd lay out front. The little ones would climb all over, and she just did not get upset at all. Lily, she was famous. Okay, I'm going to put this drum on a stand so you can feel the vibration.
Okay.
And you can hit it if you want.
All right.
You're a pretty courageous little dog.
I
You
know.
can do
I'm
all
like
this.
really impressed.
I'm texting my friend. We were actually here a while ago. He drummed with you. She did. Yeah, I did. And my friend that's not here. Yeah.
You seem
She might
familiar.
come over. Yeah.
Good. Well, thanks for coming back in.
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh, I tell everybody about you. Not my friends don't live in Santa Monica.
Okay.
We came from everywhere, Massachusetts and San
Right.
Diego, but you guys, Burnson, my buddy.
Oh, good. That's sweet. Now, when-
Yeah.
Yeah. So right in the middle, just use your whole hand right in the middle. Yeah, that's it. And just pop it up. Come up quick. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the downbeat. See, this is all based off the downbeat. Now, the downbeat was invented in New Orleans about 250 years ago. All the different people from all over the world, different cultures, came together and said, let's play music, but nobody knew each other's music. So they said, let's find a note. Probably the women said, why don't you guys just agree at least on one note so we can dance? And they said, wow, what a concept, you know, a downbeat note. And that became jazz. Hi. There you go. Right. See, you don't know you're doing it right till the women start to dance. And it's the only indicator. Oh, good, good, good. So this is like, you know, tradition on the street. Yesterday we drummed on the sidewalk. 27 years we've drummed on the sidewalk of the street fair. Yeah, we've been here 29 years. Kathy just wants to keep the shop. You know, I said, fine. Fine.
Are you taking a class? Are you alerted?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, see, normally Sunday afternoon, we've got a lot of regulars, but always new faces. Starts at 3 o'clock. And then we also stream. So we have people drumming with us right now in Japan, Australia, Kansas, New York, Miami, England, Romania, Germany, Jamaica. And then, so this is like stress reduction. This is like relaxation drumming. We call it meditation drumming to make a distinction so it's not like Venice Beach, you know. Which is okay, but it's just kind of nuts. You know? So these drums are special. These come from Africa, from Ghana. And we work with the master carvers there for 25 years. Oh yeah, there's a flyer up there in case, you know, you want to remember or give it to somebody. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's a self-hypnotism type thing, where you're yeah.
Amazing. It's like,
It's tilting. Yeah. We were adjusting these for kids, you know, so they got stretched out. Actually, I'm going to put a little stand there. This was for the kids. because they had me over at a school in Culver City the last couple of weeks. And like, you know, it was like 12 years old, sweet kids.
Oh,
And just,
that's
you know,
great for them.
yeah, and they love these drones and everything. Here you go. That can work. So we invented the stands so you can relax your knees. Because otherwise, it's like sort of a macho thing. You got to hold a drum with your knees, and it's hard work after a few minutes. But this way, and this was like the invention of the meditation. It was just like yoga. You can just sit and just be centered. Now, I kind of go that it's the default rhythm, this tempo, but there's a lot. We go to a lot of cooler, different rhythms, faster. But I just, you know, I like this one because it's, you know, it's not a big deal. You just hear and it feels good. And your body responds and your mind responds. Because everybody's totally, like, tense. And this gives the signal into your system that's like, it's okay to relax. Oh, she's coming out. Good. Yeah. So what I tell people, because I do drumming therapy quite a bit now, is like everybody loses the downbeat, right? It's not a big deal. It's just a drum, right? And so all you need to do is find it again, because there's another one coming back around. And that was the essence of rhythm and blues and rock and roll. You know, we're all going to get lost. Even the best drummers get lost. But you find the downbeat again, and you're back on the groove, and everything's fine. You know, the moment when you I broke the rhythm, I've lost, and it's like it's history. It doesn't exist anymore. It's not a big deal. So what that does for people who are like in therapy, they can forgive themselves. You know, they say, okay, it's not a big deal. You know, I crash and burn once in a while, not a big deal. I get back on my groove. You know, back on my downbeat, and you know, life goes on. The dance goes on. So I got all this philosophy starting to come out of it, you know, and I was like, oh, initially I was just a drummer. And now it's like, okay, Kathy says, here, put on some robes and you can, like, you know, be a shaman. I went, I don't want to be a shaman. She said, no, it's okay. It's like, this culture needs it. I went, okay, I suppose, you know. So that was like 25 years ago, you know, and so I go all over, like, you know, I don't, you know, and the only reason I continue to do it is because people are telling me they like it, it's healing, it makes them feel good, and they have to feel better about themselves, you know, self-confidence. Like the guy that was just in here, he came in here and he was like, and he says, well, you got to know how to do this. I said, sit down. He goes, no, you have to know how to do this. I went, no, you don't. Sit down. And he did, and he got it, and you saw when he left, he was like really in a good 10 minutes. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. What else could you possibly do that's legal that changes your psychology in that quick of a time, you know? With your clothes on. So here, and this, see, we don't have any words. See, what we're doing, we're generating energy, right? And it's a coherent, safe kind of energy. The dog picks it up right away. And like, it pulled you guys in, right? You know, and people walk by all the time. They go, what's going on? What is that? You know, they check it out. It's like, this feels really nice. So we all broadcast all the time. And we pick it up, you know, it's all subliminal. We don't know. But if you get into a nice groove like this, your whole system starts to get rhythmically harmonious. You know? And you carry that out the door with you. Like that fellow that just left, he's probably still radiating nice energy for a while. You know, it lasts for a while. So you're from where? Okay. Well, I did this in Cambridge years ago. Yeah, and I was at Cape Cod, and I was in Martha's Vineyard, and Falmouth, and, you know, I love Massachusetts. And then, you know, P-Town, went up to, I was drumming on the beach in Brewster before anybody was doing it. This is like 25 years ago. And I met a really cool retired couple in Florida, because I go back to Florida a lot. She said, would you consider coming up to, like, you know, Cape Cod and doing this? Because that's where we live. And I went, sure. So I did it like 3 or 4 times. You know, I had a van on the East Coast full of these drums, and I took the train up from Orlando with my van. You know, you put your car on the train. Went all the way into Washington, D.C., and I played in Washington, D.C. at the Unity Church in Chantilly, Virginia. Really? At the Unity Church. Wow. Well, I don't remember how I got connected, but the Unity Church in Chantilly, right? It's real nice. It was in a complex, you know, and the woman who was like the activities director contacted me, and I went back there about half a dozen times, and now they've got a big drumming group. Yeah, it is.
He makes the world smaller. He's been everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, right now, we connect to it?
yeah. Mhm.
Hi.
This is Kathy,
Hi.
and it's also her birthday.
It's your birthday today?
No, Thursday.
Oh, it's her birthday. Yeah.
So we still like chocolate cake, so we're still celebrating.
I absolutely, you gotta keep the celebration going. Yeah. As long as there's cake left. You can have the birthday.
And the other coincidence was, a couple of weeks ago, this family comes in, husband, wife, you know, middle-aged. Their daughter is sort of young and like living here now. So they're visiting. I don't know where they're coming from, right? And so they're talking, and I'm saying, yeah, I played here, I've been all over. And I said, I was even in Michigan, drumming with the Dominican nuns at their mother house. They invited me to come out in Adrian, Michigan. And first of all, I said, yeah, I was like in the middle of nowhere, like Adrian, Michigan. They said, we're from Adrian. and the husband, he was like, meh. And then finally when I said Adrian, he goes, really? And I said, yeah, I played with the nuns, the Dominican mother house. And the woman said, you're the drummer that did that? She said, I work at the Dominican mother house.
Wow.
She said, this was like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. She said, they were so excited when you were going to come do that. And the husband perked up and said, well, I guess we're in the right place. You know? And they were just blown away. But, you know, this kind of positive energy spreads out and connects people. That's why I love to go onto the internet, because we get people like check in from all over. Yeah. I went to Japan, and we did it, you know, live from Japan. They can see us, but we can't see them, because it's, you know, it won't be in sync. But they get it.
How do you correspond with them?
What's that?
How do you correspond with them?
With who?
Japan. I like to know they're there.
They let me know.
Okay.
Like, I'll go and look at my Facebook page, and they'll say, you know, they hit the like button. And then there's comments in the chat room. And see, we stream on YouTube, and we also stream on something called Justin.tv. And Justin's actually got a better signal, a better image, quicker. It's not so much.
So we had a drum at home in Mountain View, and San Diego,
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, she's getting antsy, so I'm gonna go let her out. Yeah, she's getting antsy, I can tell. I'm gonna go find her a little spot.
She's like, why are you jumping off?
I can tell she's giving her a little, like, sort of.
She's ready to.
I know, when is this here?
Yeah, I can tell. I'll be right back.
Okay. See, once you understand the concept of the downbeat, everybody can pretty much get together. If you've never hit a drum before, all you need to do is just, you know, support that, and it's going to work. And you're getting pretty good there. You're adding notes, and that's good. You know, that means you're confident, feel safe.
Well, that lesson I did with you a long time ago in Denver.
Did you come in with someone else?
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, I
yeah,
don't exactly remember. It was a long time ago. A lot
yeah.
of people in here, but yeah, I remember. I don't go to many drumming classes.
Yeah, really.
It's easier for me to remember.
Well, you seemed familiar when you came in. It's like, and I don't remember names very well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I did.
Oh, really? Okay. See, now Caddy Shark, she does her.
Yeah. Yeah, and the cool thing, we couldn't get over here yesterday for the street fair. Was the street fair going on?
Yeah, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a whole gang out front. Kids and everything. And then we have some ringers in the neighborhood too.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys lives around the corner. He's a video director now, but he used to be the drummer with Iron Butterfly. You know, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, like back in the 60s. And he's in great shape. I mean, you know, he looks really good.
And he comes in and drums with you.
Oh, he loves it. He misses it. He doesn't play the drums very much.
Yeah.
He still has his drum set and everything, but he got a big house around the corner. So he's got to go out and shoot video and television movies, pay for that house, you know. But when he gets a break, he comes over and drums. And he said, you know, and I sent out an emailer to everybody, okay, Street Fair. And he checked in. He says, I need to drum with Buddy to feel cleansed. I need to cleanse, you know. So he did. He showed up and he hung tough. We played for like 3 hours. And he's good. So the beginners and the advanced can all play together when you have this downbeat thing. Come on in. Come on in. So now they've got me, I'm working with this Bridges organization, working with people who are in different kinds of recovery, you know, injury, stress, you know, drug and alcohol, but everything, you know, ADHD, bipolar, it works. It works for everybody. Hey, Sarah. So we've watched the little ones grow up here because we've been here 29 years. And, you know, come in and get a drum when they're little like that. And then when they go away to Princeton or whatever, they come in and they get a drum. So as it goes out, you know, the good energy, it spreads. So if nobody's here, like at 3 o'clock, I know it. I know people show up. So I just set it all up, you know. Let's take care of my video, Jones, you know, because I used to broadcast television shows. It's like, that was a big deal. Now, all we need is a laptop. I love it. It's like, you know, easy, a couple of buttons, and we're worldwide. You know? Plus, we're sending out something that's really positive. Like back then, it was like Dallas and Falcon Crest and Nas. You know, those are such tacky, you know, energy. I didn't like it. But it was cool. But this, I kind of really get a charge out of it. You know, it's really, well, I kind of think that once the drumming, now the drumming is really popular. Pretty much now you can go anywhere in the United States, and in little towns and villages and cities, they're going to have some sort of drumming groups. But when I started, none. I mean, I went to Atlanta, Cleveland, Indianapolis, you know, all over, just to get it going, you know.
You know what we really need to do in the Bay Area?
Up in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live
Palo
up there.
Alto, Mountain View.
Oh, Mountain View.
Do some de-stressing.
Yeah, well, I was, when I took a break from the music business in 1974, I got a farm outside of Gilroy.
Oh, yeah, outside of Gilroy.
Yeah, and it was really wild. It was just all like, you know, on Chaparral Road.
Yeah.
And I was teaching, and we converted a horse stable on a farm into a studio. and I taught up there, and I had like 2 to 3 dozen students, all from Santa Cruz and all that area. And then I was also going to San Jose State. I went back to school, and I was teaching in the art department, performance art. So this all like sort of fed into that, and I loved it up there, and I loved Palo Alto. And I had a lot of friends who were working at Stanford Research Institute. So they invited me in at SRI. They said, bring your passport, we got to check your security and all that. And they did, and they let me hang. And it's like, they got it. They really appreciated this energy. Because they were doing psychic, research there and all sorts of really, black ops kind of stuff. And so I was just, doing this. It was like, now, of course, Santa Cruz, the drumming capital of the world, There's more drumming there, and it's ridiculous. And they, of course, they invented it, And I went back to Sedona. There wasn't any drumming in Sedona. I went back there like 25 years ago. There was no drumming. Well, it's dry. You got to be ready with a lot of water. But there's good energy there. I mean, I haven't been back there in years. Asheville, North Carolina. Pretty nice, It's really green, and it's kind of remote. You're up in the mountains. Well, no, there's freeways. I mean, you can come and go pretty easily. It's not far, but you got to drive. It's like Knoxville, Dollywood, down the road. And Raleigh, Durham, that's a while to get over there. So I was doing that. I did every part of the country, and to show them the downbeat. Because people were getting instinctively drawn to the djembe, that's what this is called, but they didn't know how to play it. And I said, well, you don't have to do traditional African. As a matter of fact, it's better if you don't. Because that takes too much. You got to learn a lot. If you're really motivated, okay. But most of the time, people want to do just what you're doing. Just feel a groove, contribute a little bit to it, add, improvise a little, but just feel the groove, standard groove. Because that's really where the good energy, good chemistry shifts in the body. Like right now, your T cell count is really high. You're fighting cancer as you do this. Drummers die from really stupid causes, but seldom do they die of cancer. They'll drive Cadillacs into Holiday Inn swimming pools before they die of cancer.
They generally don't live long enough.
Yeah, that's the other point, yeah. Yeah, it's Sarah's little? Yeah, that's what I thought. Jasper? Great name.